It's a sad day during this holiday weekend when the jet truck driver dies in a Michigan Airshow accident, and scammers are taking pilots' money. This and more aviation news on Taking Off. Hi everyone, Dan Milliken. Happy 4th of July holiday. We've got news on a new way the scammers are conning pilots and the latest on the tragic crash at the Field of Flight Airshow. But I want to mention our sponsors. All three of these are pilots in the general aviation industry, the type you want to hang out with at FlyingEyes. You got Dean Siracusa of FlyingEyes. He was flying around in his Myers 200 and the headphones kept pushing in on his sunglasses and they were giving him a lot of fatigue. He looked around for thinner frames that could fit under headphones but found nothing. So he invented FlyingEyes, and they've quickly become the go-to glasses for people wearing headsets and helmets. Use code TakingOff, all caps one word, for 10% off at FlyingEyesOptics.com. Also, Brant Phillips of Colten Mortgage. He flies a 210 around to all his branches all over the country. And if you need a residential mortgage, check out Colten Taking Off. Right now, an application will get you a hoodie and a free pair of FlyingEyes. And Nick Olson of Marshal Protective Services, he reached out because he wants to support our programming. Check out MPS Protects to find out more. Okay, for those heading to Airventure, make sure you check out the notice, which is what they're calling the NOTAM. I'll be flying into Appleton this year, and there's even a NOTAM to read for that airport for Airventure arrivals. Also, in Rockfall, Illinois, just a hop away from Airventure, the weekend before is Wings over Whiteside. It's a great chance to see Patty Wagstaff, the Trojan Flyers, and others up close on Saturday, July 23rd. What I really like about this is that the city decided they wanted to promote general aviation, so they went about trying to create this cool warm-up. If you can stop by, I highly recommend it. And rumor is Brian Turner will sign a FSDO punch card for you if you come to the show. All right, 4th of July weekend is being referred to as Airmaggedon. The majors are canceling flights, mostly due to pilot shortages. If you're traveling via commercial, make sure you check your flight details before you leave for the airport. And if you're flying general aviation, well then, never mind, you're good, unaffected by Airmaggedon. Okay, turning to sad note. Saturday, July 2nd, Battle Creek, Michigan. Tragedy struck when the Shockwave jet truck traveling down the runway at 300 miles per hour exploded, killing 40-year-old driver Chris Darnell. This team has thrilled airshow audiences all over the country with the truck racing airplanes. This custom-built truck has 3 jet engines and puts out a combined 36,000 horsepower. In the video of the crash, you can see the 2 planes come up on the jet truck as it powers ahead. There is an explosion, but it appears that was planned pyrotechnics. We don't know if the pyros had a factor in the crash. Darnell's jet truck appeared to have flames coming out of it a second before reaching the pyros, but again, unconfirmed if that was a problem or just part of the act. A big part of the show is the fire and pyros, so difficult to determine what was purposed and what was part of the problem. As Darnell approached the pyro explosion, he skids to the right with his chute deployed, and after skidding through the pyros, well past them, the truck rolls for some distance. Not something you want to see. The Shockwave jet truck worked the airshow and drag racing season, often to sold-out crowds. As the primary driver of the Shockwave jet truck, Chris was part of a 3-driver team, sharing duties with his dad, Neil, and another. He was involved in motorsports all his life. He also had a degree in marketing and promotions and owned a truck accessory company called 4 Wheels Custom. Chris's wife and mother were part of the pit crew. Man, that's tough. Our prayers go out to that family. Now here's my thoughts, opinion that might be controversial, maybe not. Some might call for increased regulations. Why risk lives for just entertainment? What's to be gained by this, some might say. Here's my thoughts. Feel free to agree or disagree. I believe that when people push the boundaries, we advance. Our technology advances. Sure, if it were me, I'd do everything to mitigate risk, but sitting it out, to me, that's not mitigating. For those that feel we should not do this, then you shouldn't fly at night, or fly in clouds, or heck, fly at all. Why risk it? The key here for me is that the risk of the endeavor should be borne by the risk taker only, that other lives that haven't agreed to enter into this endeavor aren't endangered. And here on a runway, far away from the crowds, the consequences were faced by the risk taker and not the others. And I'm okay with that. It's a tragic and sad ending, but Darnell measured the risk, mitigated the risk as best he could, and he didn't hurt anyone else. I feel you should be free to pursue that. Okay, wish I could now turn to a happy story, but there's a wave of scamming going on in the aviation community that you need to be aware of. Pilots are getting taken every day right now, and here's what's different. They're studying and coming back with answers you'd expect from an A&P as you inquire about a part or avionics online. How it works: the scammer, usually someone not in the United States, most commonly Nigeria and India, places an ad in Barnstormers and Facebook Marketplace and other social places for a part or an avionics unit. And when you message or email inquiring about it, the answers come back fast and from someone knowledgeable. And they're spoofing real A&Ps in the state. So it looks like it's coming from, somebody in Kansas. I mean, you look up the guy and find he's a mechanic in Kansas or something. You message him with a specific question and he answers it like a seasoned pro right away, often without the time you would think that a scammer would need to look it up. They know it. These scammers have really stepped up their game. They're fooling the best of us, even with decent due diligence. And after they answer your questions, you send them the money and wait for them to send the tracking number, and you wait. Yeah, and, but you can say, you'll be smarter. Send me the tracking number first, and they'll send you whatever you ask for. It doesn't make it real. One specific example this week, they asked for a picture of the unit, and they sent one back. But after Googling and digging deep, you can find that picture on an old listing by somebody totally different. These guys are getting really smart, and here are some of the ways to avoid being scammed. Don't only do written communication. I know that's a little backwards, but talk to the person over the phone. Someone from India or Nigeria will most likely not want to talk to you because they know it gives it away. If the person selling says they're an A&P in Mississippi, talk to him. Mississippi accent is a lot different than a Nigerian accent. Don't do Zelle. Don't do it. Just don't. They will beg, plead, present a very plausible reason why they need Zelle, but Zelle does not offer any protection, and that's why they're using it. These scammers are using Zelle. If someone else asks you to send via Zelle, let that be a major red flag. Don't send money until you have real and absolute proof it has been shipped. And when you send the money, make sure you send through a service that offers buyer protection, like PayPal. If it's too good to be true, then it usually is. Walk away. Still, do your due diligence. Look the person up, but just understand this stuff can be spoofed. Unit, pictures, people, they can all be stolen. And this goes for sellers as well. I almost got scammed a couple of months ago selling my old MacBook Pro when I got a new one. I had not really sold anything on Facebook Marketplace, but I listed it and quickly got a guy from Oklahoma whose son was in a deadline for a media project in New York, and he would send me a little extra if I could just drop ship it to him. And I never suspected. So I packaged up the laptop and even dropped it off at FedEx. And then when I told him I hadn't gotten payment confirmation, he said, "Oh, Zelle is having trouble." And then it hit me. Miracle of miracles, FedEx had not yet taken the box anywhere, and I was able to go back to FedEx and grab it before I donated it to the scammers. I barely escaped that one. I'm one of those people. I can't believe all those people that get scammed. All the way to the point I almost got scammed. So be careful. Don't use Zelle. And let's not send these scammers any more of our hard-earned money. Okay, that's it. Don't forget to get your FlyingEyes. Use the discount code TakingOff, all caps, one word, for your 10% off. Colten TakingOff for your residential mortgage. And Marshal Protective Services. Christy and I will be at Airventure all week, so please say hi to us if you see us. And we have a special meetup at 2:30 on July 25th, that's Monday, at Forum Stage 8. So I hope to see you there. And remember, superior judgment trumps superior skills. And before you leave, think about watching this video where Christy and I each take a glider ride. So whose ride was better? Was it mine or Christy's? Check it out.